YTBC student. Now, that is the youngest, baddest uploader who has stepped foot and touched buttons on this thing and has made total sense. And I tell you something, I've seen a lot of them come and go. But YTBC student has now graduated into the midst of the masters.
Uh-oh, why you do this?
Why is the rum always gone?
Jello Beats, holla at me.
He had sex with my mama. Why?
Why are you so weird?
Good heavens, man, why?
Why would anybody want to touch a girl's butt? That's where cooties come from.
Why so serious?
What up, everybody who talks boxing, comments about boxing, and makes boxing videos? So this is a video that was requested to me by Black September, who is a very knowledgeable subscriber. He calls himself a casual, but I don't think he is. Need to stop telling that lie, brother. But anyways, yeah, I don't think he's a casual. I think he's a lot smarter than what he gives himself credit for. You know, I think he keeps up with the sport a lot more than what he gives himself credit for as well. But, anyways, he requested I make this video, so here it is. So, topic of this video is really not so much what I'm going to be talking about it, but really your response, because it's a question. So what is it about the sport of boxing that made you fall in love with it? What is it about the sport of boxing that when there's fights coming up, you can't wait for the weekend to come? Or, you know, sometimes the fights even happen on some random days like Tuesdays. I know there's some fights that were on Tuesdays this year. You know, but anyways, regardless of the day, what is it about the sport of boxing that has, you know, that has you tuning in every weekend and every other day that they air boxing? What is it that causes you to lay down your 60, 70, 80, maybe in some cases $100 to pay for a pay-per-view to watch these fights? What is it about this sport that keeps you tuning in regardless of the cost? And then the other question that Black September has for everyone is, what makes you come onto YouTube? Whether you be YTBC, LDBC, MOBC, what is it that has you coming onto YouTube for boxing? Whether you be an uploader or a viewer, what is it? Now, Black September really didn't say anything about how the response is. So this is what I suggest. If you're a simple commenter, just put a comment in the video of this video right here. You know, if you don't upload videos, or even if you do upload videos, but you don't particularly want to upload a video just to answer this question, then just comment on this video. If you do upload and you do feel that you want to make a video answering this question, go ahead and make a response video. I'm going to go ahead and answer those two questions right now for myself. As far as what makes me, you know, what made me fall in love with boxing, I think it's just the pure one-on-one combat. And it's also because I've been, you know, I grew up watching boxing. My dad watched boxing, and I remember every time there was a big fight, all my dad's friends would come over. That's how I discovered Hooters wings. I was a little kid. I didn't even know what Hooters was, but I knew that their wings tasted real good to me. But, yeah, because my dad had a friend that always brought Hooters wings. But anyways, this isn't about food. But anyways, you know, and as a kid, I wasn't really too interested in it. But as the years went by, you know, you mature. You know, start shedding the childish things, and you start getting more interested into more adult things, because even though there are many fans who act immature, the fact of the matter is boxing is an adult sport. Not very many, you know, I mean, there's some kids who are into it. And when I say kids, I'm talking about like elementary school. You know, that's the age I remember watching it and not really caring, you know. But as you start to get into your later elementary school years and then the middle school, you know, boxing is, you're more likely to get into boxing at those ages than you are when you're in elementary school. So, but I grew up watching it, and as the years went on, I found myself being interested in it. I remember being 11 years old when the second Mike Tyson Holyfield fight happened, where Mike Tyson bit his ear. That really caught my attention, because I knew that that's not something that is supposed to happen. You know, I remember that, and I remember kids at school the next day talking about that. So that's probably the fight that kind of really caught my attention. And, you know, the rest is history. That's, you know, when you're a kid, you're into the drama. That's why a lot of people are into, you know, get into pro wrestling as children, and as they become adults, some become uninterested because they find out that it's fake, and others just like it purely for enjoyment, so they keep watching it, and there's nothing wrong with that either way. You know, I wouldn't exactly call that a childish thing either. It's just, you know, some people just lose interest in it. But that's besides the point. That's how I came to fall in love with boxing. And then, of course, I remember, you know, Chavez versus De La Hoya, you know, and then later on, De La Hoya versus Trinidad. I mean, these are the fights that I grew up watching. So that's what made me fall in love with the sport. Is just, and me, I've always been into competitiveness on a more of a one-on-one level. When I was in high school, I used to play basketball, but I didn't like to play team. When I say I used to play basketball, I'm not talking about on the high school team. I used to play in the street. And my favorite form of basketball was 21, because it was every man for himself. And not to toot my own horn, but I used to win a lot of those 21 games. And it was just to the competitiveness. I had a friend that was 6'3". I'm about 5'9". And he would be playing in these games at 21. And he was one of my biggest competitions, because he could knock the ball out of my hand, you know, when I went to go for that shot. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. But that's just a little bit of background on my competitiveness in a and I tend to be more interested when it's on a every man for himself basis. You know, and when I was younger, I was into football, and I never really liked to watch basketball. I like to play it. But boxing was always my favorite. You know, I like boxing over football because there ain't no teammates in football. Just like when I used to play 21, I had no teammates. It was me against the world. So, you know, as far as from a competitiveness standpoint, that's, you know, because of it's that, you know, one man. And I know they have a team. You know, you got your corner there, but it's, you know, they ain't in there trading punches with you. You know, they ain't in there it ain't 6 people in the ring, trainers fighting each other and cut men, you know, swinging at each other. It's just one man against another man. So, and then as for why do I come on YouTube for boxing? What all started when, you know, I would look up interviews, you know, of my favorite boxers. And I would look up their fights. And of course, you know, one of the tactics that many channels like to use is when they review a fight, they like to put full fight review. So, of course, naturally, when you're typing in fighter A versus fighter B, full fight, those full fight reviews come up. So I found myself, you know, watching some, you know, at first it was kind of annoying, but I did find myself watching some of the videos and actually enjoying them. And I found myself, you know, just enjoying the perspectives that you get on YouTube. And, you know, I've said this before, and I'm not the first one to say it, but not many people that I meet on a day-to-day basis who actually know about boxing. They know who Floyd Mayweather is. They know who Manny Pacquiao is. They know who Mike Tyson is. They don't know who Triple G is. They don't know who Terrence Crawford is. They don't know who Sergey Kovalev is. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. And, you know, and those are names that we consider to be bigger. There are names that, you know, a lot of us know, like Javier Fortuna, and, you know, even Usyk, the new, you know, the guy who just beat Glowacki. You know, those are names that are even lesser known, and we know these names. My friends that I know, people that I interact with on a day-to-day basis, don't know who the hell any of these people are. So I can't talk boxing with them. So YouTube, I see purely as a forum to talk boxing with people who actually know boxing. And that's what brings me to YouTube. It's not money, because I don't monetize. It's not, you know, any of these agendas that you see some people push. I just like to talk boxing. That's it. I just like to come on here, voice my opinion, see what people got to say. Like to go watch other people's videos, and we can have an intelligent conversation about boxing. That's why I love it when, you know, hashtag come back to boxing radio is going on, because I can actually real time speak boxing with other people. And doing hangouts with people like Shady Slim, and more recently the Boxing Librarian and Dilltown at the same time. You know, you can, you know, when you listen to a 3-hour conversation, it seems a lot longer than when you're actually in that 3-hour conversation. An hour just feels like minutes. You know, you cover so much, and then before you know it, I was like, I looked at the time, I'm like, I gotta get going. I don't want to, but I got to. So that's why I come to YouTube for boxing. So this was meant to be a short video. It didn't help that I went off on some tangents, but I did also want to answer the question. But remember to please leave a comment, stating why what made you fall in love with boxing and what makes you come to YouTube for boxing, and or make a video answering these questions. Big shout out to Black September for this. And to all my subscribers, anybody watching my videos, or if you just so happen to stumble on this video, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace.
Y'all watching YouTube videos, man? Gee, thanks. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.
I am so authentic. I'm so authentic. They trying to figure me out, but this is not a gimmick. Hi, hip hop. Don't act like you don't know me. What? We got the same mama. Don't you try to disown me. I'm just a mixed breed. Call me a day walker. Cause I walk in the sun, but at night I'm a stalker. If you looking for blood, come run in my lane. The fame never runs dry. There's plenty of it, man. I speak an ancient language. They don't understand me. It's called the truth. I break it down. They try to reprimand me.